Hello and welcome to Soul Tarot by Nehal. This is going to be a reading for the period of June 2025 for the zodiac sign Leo. Please remember this is a general reading and it may or may not resonate, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you feel any of your loved ones would benefit from these readings, so kindly do share the channel with them. If you feel that you did resonate, do subscribe to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, all the other important links are down in the description below, so you can check them out there. And yes, let's begin and see what are the energies saying. Okay. I see two things over here. One is very prominently is what I'll first talk about. One is that for some of you, your prayers are going to be answered, is what I feel. So you should be seeing this. I think in within the first 15 days of June itself, I'm expecting you to see some of your prayer being answered. But if not in the next 15, or some of you may see it both the times. So maybe even in the first half and maybe in the second half as well. But I definitely see your prayers being answered. For some of you, what I really think is even that maybe some of you had or have stopped aiming high, or due to some reason you may have just, maybe it was temporary, but maybe, and some of you maybe took it too personally and too strongly to keep it permanently off that thing that I don't want to think high in terms of like bigger ambitions, higher ambitions, that kind of a stuff. Or maybe you wouldn't want to expect from life beyond a certain point. So you guys had, like, some of you, of course this is a general reading, so it could only be for some of you, that some of you had really restricted yourself, and maybe it's time for you to now get out of that space, think bigger, get into a space that you can reach for the stars, and you have the capacity. Some of you may even receive such opportunities where you may see that this could eventually bring potential to reach some real big heights. All you have to do is trust yourself. Do not say no to anything. If you feel it is so, do not stop yourself for whatever reason. Just kind of give it a shot, especially if there is nothing that you have to lose, then just give it a shot. So yes, as long as calculated risk, I'm always up for it. I always suggest people to do that. Having said that, I think some of you, it's like, what do we say, some of you may have be in the space where, okay, I'm going to try and break it down, that some of you are maybe too much into the space that there's nothing going to happen. I should stop thinking too much or too high or expect too much. And it's like, what do we say, like, okay, here the desert, like, we'll say it is like, you made your life somewhere around too deserted. Maybe some of you are actually even trying to be too isolated also. So no, that's not what you should be doing. For some of you, also the help is within reach, and all you have to do is extend your hand, is what I feel. So there are many good things if you are just going to stop limiting yourself. You have limited yourself, that's finally coming out. Yes, so you guys have limited yourself in many ways and are choosing something that you're not even really meant for. So yes, you should have a bigger vision. If that is what your pull is, you should be doing it. If you've ever had such a pull, it's time to get back to that. Anyways, let's dive deeper and see what are the different aspects of your life saying. Somehow I'm constantly yet feeling there could be something that could come out of this as well. But all in all, I feel it's time for you to get some shift by yourself into your life. Nice. Financial growth. First things first. Yes, some of you may have seen some sort of chaos also that could be happening. But irrespective, you're seeing financial growth. Some of you are either already seeing financial growth in this month, and some of you may start being so focused about your financial growth in this month. So it could be both the ways. Yes, there was chaos maybe for some of you around finances, but now things seem to be getting more structured, is what I would say. Growth is what I see. End of one cycle, beginning of a new cycle. Hard work is going to get paid off. Especially a lot of people who've put a lot of effort and were seeing no growth, you're going to see growth. So that is also what I strongly feel. Uh, Somehow, two things I definitely would add here is that creativity is going to be one of your very what do we say, a good thing that you should be getting on to, and that will also bring in a shift of your energy, and a lot of growth energy is in the background, so you should focus on that as well. Wow, okay. I love this energy ideally. Somehow June for me seems to be very interesting for you guys. So work wise, I would say that there could be some of you getting a chance to almost have a new work life. Now that could be different for different people, because you are going to be on a crossroad of making some decisions as well when it comes down to work. Now that could be different things to different people, but having said that, there could be some opportunity coming out of nowhere, so maybe that is the reason you may have to take some decision. One thing is, I would say here, be practical about it. Don't let emotions overpower you. At the same time, see things for what they are and then take your decision. So don't give a blind eye to anything. If something is maybe uncomfortable to see in terms of work, but it is necessary for you to see for your growth in work life. Hence it is better to see things for it. Don't blindfold yourself, especially if you're taking some important decisions. Do not blindfold, because there is an entire new work life waiting for you. Now this could be even for some people that that if you quit your job, you completely focus on your personal brand or business. That's going to really work for you. Yes, it will come with some challenges, but it is working for you, that it, but you're maybe getting blindfolded to it, and trying to pacify yourself that no, it's not the best decision, I should stick to the job, and so on. So I would just say that weigh all your pros and cons when you're doing some any of your decisions when it comes to work. But yes, a new life altogether waits you when it comes to work. Yeah. Okay, so finances seems to be getting really beautiful. Okay, so in terms of finances, one strong thing that I see in all three cards is that yes, one phase is coming to an end, new phase is coming. uh Clearly new beginnings in terms of your finance. If something was stuck, forward movement is also what I see in terms of your finance. So finance seems to be getting to a better place. You may have to, yes, balance things out in some aspects in terms of your finance, but you're still going to see growth. And something tells me that whatever you're going to see right now, you will experience it till the December. So the growth I'm talking about in a positive way, that you will actually experience it. So that is also one thing that I strongly feel. One thing I would add here, and try to understand what I'm saying, that if at all any of you have been carrying some sort of maybe hurt or some heavy feeling within yourself when it comes to finances, it's time to heal those things, because maybe those feelings that you're holding on to when it comes to your finances, maybe there have been some past bad experiences due to which you're holding on those experiences, and they were very closely and deeply associated with finance related stuff. It's time for you to release those things. It's very much necessary, so that you don't block the energy of constant flow in your finance. So that is what I clearly feel. But all in all, growth, yes. Better days in finance, yes. You seem to be getting more focused, yes. Balance is what is required when it comes to finance, yes. New beginnings, yes. um, I definitely feel that you're going to really be able to even either learn some new skill, or have already learned some skill when it comes to finance related. Maybe you learned something of how you can have a different way of looking at finances or whatever, but there is something that new you may end up learning in the month of June, or you've already learned and you may execute those learnings in the month of June when it comes to your financial knowledge. Sorry. Okay, so in terms of your love, romance, and relationships, one thing I definitely feel here is that a lot of you Leos are more focused on your finances than I think what you want to look forward to in terms of your love, romance, and relationships. But yes, if you guys are, single, and yes, before we get more into the reading, this is going to be one small piece over here, but I'm going to be uploading soon love readings on my channel. So yes, you can watch them. The detailed readings will always happen, and you can watch them over there. Here we'll talk a little bit only what is necessary. So yes, what I really see is that you guys are more focused on your finances, in creating a proper or generating a proper financial savings and so on. So yes, that definitely what I see. Hence I'm not seeing that a larger chunk of you people are more focused on that and not really wanting to go into the relationship zone right now. But for people who are open to it, who want to get into it, I would just suggest is one thing, especially I'm talking first is about singles, that yes, make sure you don't lose your focus about whatever your financial goals are if you're planning to get into a relationship and are open to it. Second thing is clear communication, and balanced communication is very much needed. Why so? Yes, if at all you're looking forward for someone, there is a forward movement, there are new beginnings here. So yes, that would be there, but your best bet would be not losing your focus on your finance, having clear communication, having clear balanced communication. That is going to be very, very, very important for you. The reason is, either you out of some fear are not opening up, or it could be the other person is not showing you exactly what it is. So even if you're being open to relationship, be open to really show your authentic self. So is what I would say for singles. People who are already committed, which is either you are already dating, engaged, or married, I very clearly see that you guys right now are very, very, very focused on your finances. Even if you guys are like, since you all are committed, you all are very sorted on that we want to reach this financial goal before we take, any other leap of faith and take our relation to the next level. But having said that, if you guys want to do this, this is going to be a beautiful time to do that. Try it out. At least start the communication where it is needed. Maybe some of you, yes, there seems to be some sort of imbalance also between the two of you, in terms of maybe, either it is emotional, or it is that, you both are confused about something. So for that, you both need to have open communication with each other. But rest, it's all a good period is what I would say. for even people who are committed. Like, I don't see any problem coming your way, but no major shift either for committed people. So yes, some of the changes are definitely coming suddenly. There could be some interesting thing that you would want to execute. Maybe it is an idea or something like that. There is something that may be cooking within you, and you would want to, probably you have been thinking uh, very seriously to execute those things. So maybe that is something that's coming. Some interesting things happening, swiftly. Growth is what I see, and some of you could actually get multiple opportunities work wise, or it could even be in terms of love and relationships, that you may have multiple options also. So that is what I see. Work through your fears. So yes, it's time for you to work through your fears, I think, which I have mentioned in the beginning also, that you need to be a little courageous, and you need to, aim high and so on. So yes, work through your fears is again a very clear message here. I think working through your fears is going to bring some real amazing results. So again, when I talk about working through something, my personal suggestion has always been for people around me is, if you need professional help, go ahead with that and take help, because that's the best way. Like, you are a team working together to achieve what you want. It may take a while, but they really help, and it's beautiful. So yes, if that is what I see, take help from professional people, if you wish to, of course, if that's your comfort space, especially with your fears. Again, here even it reminds me that if you know it already, great. You should try and do cord cutting with your different fears. It really helps. But again, if you take a professional help for that, it's way more effective, because they walk you through entirely customized, way for you. So that is a very different space. You that experience is altogether very, very different. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. You need to trust. And that could be one of the, again, your fear of trusting your own self also. So if that is the there that is sorry if that is really there, I would definitely again suggest you is to work through yourself. I would suggest you to take help, is only so that someone can make you do those guided meditations and all of it, to work through your fears and building that trust back within yourself, for yourself. So yeah. Patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. So do what you need to do, put your work, and then be patient. You will see results. You, in every aspect, you will see results. But yes, you need to do your part. You need to ideally work on your fears, trust yourself, trust the process, and then stay patient for things to happen. And you need to work through your fears to even aim high, because again, like I said, there could be, due to some reason, you have stopped, having that faith, that courage for, aiming high. So yeah, work on these aspects. Manifest. Dream deep and ask for what you want, and then stay patient. for things to happen. And then, and while you're staying patient, work on your fears and build trust within yourself. This is like a perfect plan for the month of June for you guys. Okay, I gave you all the plan. I forgive those who have hurt me. So you should forgive those who have hurt you. At the same time, you should even focus on forgiving yourself if you were hard on yourself ever. That is ideally the first place that you should begin when it comes to forgiveness. Because, like the proverb, charity begins at home, forgiveness begins from your own self. Again, if you want to focus on forgiving, you're finding it difficult, even those things can be done with professional help. That's again a very different experience. I stand up for what I believe in. So maybe, yes, again, courage is what I spoke about. I said that, you need to do things and trust yourself. And even in the beginning, I said that you need to be courageous, and aim for what you've believed in, that you could achieve. So if you've stopped yourself from that, it's time for you to stand up for everything. It's time for you to manifest what you want. Stay patient, work on yourself. June can actually bring, if you do certain things the correct way in the month of June, can actually, change things for you humongously. It's like it could be a changing point for you and a biggest changing point into, or a turning point into your life. June is bringing that to you. A turning point in your life in a positive way. Things always seem impossible until we get them done. Today, I will choose a task, big or small, and take the first step towards accomplishing it. So, yes, I always say, if you're too scared, again, to think big, you can start by, breaking them down into small baby steps, or even smaller, or completely like, going point by point. So, yes, you can do that always. Yes, time for something new to come into your life. You're going to birth something new into your life. New things happening, growth coming in. Uh, be in the space of giving, at the same time be in the space of receiving as well. So yes, what you give will be given back to you by the universe, multifold, is what I clearly see. Again, if you're looking for peace and content into your life, work through your fears and emotional well-being. So yeah, that's what I clearly see. You were born to be real, not to be perfect. Ralph Marston. I assume I'm pronouncing it right. But yes, you were born to be real, not to be perfect. Remember that. It's very important for you to be authentic than rather being perfect. Ideally, perfect is just an illusion. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love. Some of you need to set boundaries. Maybe that is the one of the issue that you need to get, resolving in this duration. That's one of the very important things. And setting boundaries, I always say, it's not just about, setting boundaries with others, but it's even about setting boundaries with yourself, like what you are going to allow for yourself from yourself. That is very, very important as well. We always, understand setting boundaries is always about, we are going to set boundaries with others, but what about ourselves? Like, how do we set boundaries? Because at times it's we who are not treating ourselves right, and that boundary needs to come, that first I will make sure that I treat myself better, or do what is necessary for myself. Because it's like a very simple thing. We want others to treat us better. We think we'll set boundaries and they'll start treating better. But what they're really seeing is that you are not treating yourself better. You're not doing what is necessary for yourself. So that is eventually the the thing that you are reflecting to them. I am independent and capable of taking care of myself. This is interesting, right? We just spoke about these things. So I think this is going to be an interesting affirmation for you to, be in that space or get in that space for yourself. Let's see what is the empowering message that's coming for you. Go for it. You are ready. If you are waiting for a sign to make a move, this is it. You are supported in taking the next steps towards your goal. Focus on positive outcomes. Confirmation. We've been talking all the while about, taking the necessary steps towards your goal, aim high, and so on and so forth. We've spoken everything. This is just kind of, giving you a confirmation of everything that we've discussed, especially around your goals. So you are ready. Go for it, because yes, this is going to be a period where you can actually bring a different shift into your life. A complete turning point is going to be here in your life in the month of June. No. So yes, say no wherever is necessary, and only say yes to the things that you want in your life, in your daily life, in your goals, in everything for that matter. So wherever you feel you need to say no, even to yourself for that matter, say a no, and work through what is needed. So say yes to that rather, and say to all the no, or like say no to all the things that are going to distract you from what you want to achieve in your this life, whether it is internally, whether it is in terms of your professional life, personal life, every aspect. It could be even health for that matter. So if you know something is not going to work out in your favor, say a no, and only say yes to the things that are going to support you to reach the goals that you have decided for yourself in this life, in this duration. So I hope you do resonate. Let me know in the comment section if you have something to share. And yes, thank you so much, and see you in the next reading. Bye bye.